It has later been argued by Mr. K. Subramaniam, the father of the current Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar, that the forward policy was only a lookout post to see what China was doing on the other side. But we were putting across very thinly armed groups of 5-6 men, inadequately equipped for the winter, inadequately armed for a Chinese patrol to come and knock them off. And they were meant to be lookout posts. Chinese saw those as Indian military intrusions into Chinese territory. And the second thing was that with no understanding of the ground reality, Pandit Nehru had appointed a man who the army abhors, Lieutenant General B.G. Kaul, who was a logistics man, had no concept of how fighting is done in the mountains, and had exposure to military units and all, like everybody in the military has. But to command troops, you have to grow up with the troops and have to understand the ground. So he was made overall in charge of our sector in the northeast, that is the NIFA sector. A 4 corps was created for his pleasure. And the 33 corps, where General Umrao Singh stood up to Panditji and all, was sidestepped into Siliguri and said, you quietly sit there. So B.G. Kaul continued to create a view in Delhi that we can handle the Chinese, there's no cause for worry. Krishna Menon loved to hear all that because he was Krishna Menon's pick. General Thapar, Karan Thapar's father, took a back seat and chose to remain quiet as army chief. He succeeded the much admired General Thimaiya, but Thimaiya had confronted Nehru over the announcement that I've asked the army to throw the Chinese out. Thimaiya said, at least speak to me before you announce that the army will throw the Chinese out. We are not equipped, we are not adequately positioned to throw the Chinese out. But us confrontation mein Thimaiya had resigned. Nehru, in a personal conversation with him, asked him to take the resignation back. Next day announced in parliament that I've ordered the army chief to take his resignation back. So Thimaiya thereafter became a lame duck chief. I believe Thimaiya should have still resigned and walked out. But Thimaiya stayed on, and this gave ground to Nehru, Krishna Menon and others to create a mindset in South Block that our writ runs on military issues.